know when I'm going to like somebody. We've never met before, but before the show started, I was sent 2 pairs of tennis shoes in my dressing room from Omar as gifts. 2 really cool Converse John Varvatos.
Well, I admire your footwear on the show.
Thank you.
As well as your comedy, of course.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad you like them.
Yeah, and I got you,
I owe you.
It's in the back. It's something really special. Congratulations on the huge success of House. It's doing very well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's doing pretty good.
Very well.
Thank you, guys.
It's nice. So, and now this is not the first time you've played a doctor either.
No, I played, I had a little stint on ER. Yeah, and yeah, thank you. You remember. And that was about 10 episodes, so that was kind of like my internship for the real thing.
Yeah.
For this thing. Yeah.
But I would think that that would be, as an actor, I would be frightened, that kind of dialogue to memorize, to learn.
The dialogue is easy.
Really?
It's the blood. Personally, I'm squeamish.
Really?
So even when we're filming stuff, I'm just like, oh, cut, let me take a break. I got to get myself together. It's hard.
I didn't realize you were really cutting people. I thought it was acting.
We're method acting.
Yeah, I see. So really, anything that looks like blood makes you feel like that?
Just the whole thing, you know, cutting open guts is just kind of not my cup of tea, you know?
You don't want to see a doctor doing that either. When
exactly.
That's not how...
That's funny.
And so your mom must have been, your mother was because we've been honoring teachers all month. She was
that's great.
She was a...
Deputy superintendent in Queens.
In Queens. That's great.
Yeah,
good
she
for
was
her.
great. Thank you. Yeah.
And so, she must have been thrilled that you went into acting.
Not quite.
No.
I think lawyer is kind of what she had in mind. She, you know, the first premiere, my first movie I did, Juice, you know, my mother was on me, and I was like kind of out of high school, and I was going to go to college, and she's like, what are you doing? And we're sitting at the movie premiere, and she's literally like, this movie stuff, and she looks down, and there's Diana Ross, and she's like, oh my God, that's Diana Ross. And then she's like, oh, maybe this kid is going to do something with himself. You know?
That's
like,
great.
Thanks, Mom. Diana Ross validates my career.
Right. And now she's got to be so proud of you, though.
Yeah.
But I think most parents would be scared because it is such a hard business. So she didn't, you know. Although you went to high school and you went to the
Performing
high school.
arts.
Yeah, that Fame was based on.
Yeah.
And were people acting? Were they really dancing on tables and stuff like that?
Dancing on the tables, doing the acting exercises in the hallway.
Really?
It was just. I wouldn't take it back for anything. It was great. 2,600 creative adolescent kids.
I mean, that would be a wonderful way to go to school. But you're still learning, right? They don't just teach the, you know.
You never stop learning.
Yeah. But they don't just teach dancing and singing.
Oh, no. Yeah. You have, like, you know, half of your day is the creative arts, and then the other half is academics.
And do you know people that went there? Are there other people that...
Marlon Waynes is actually one of my best friends.
Really?
And we went to school together. Guy Rory Cochran, who was on CSI, we went to school together.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's great. And so you were a pretty good student, good kid?
I was a clever kid. No, I had to be, you know, I was a pretty good kid. My mom was in education, but I was clever, man. I would do stuff, just crazy stuff, like, you know, steal my mom's car, try to impress a girl or something, you know.
Stealing a car is not necessarily a good kid.
Right. But I wasn't bad. I was just, you know, going through one of those
When you say steal, where was she when you stole it?
I mean, like, literally trying to impress this girl in high school, and I'm like, you know, I'll come pick you up in the middle of the night. And she's like, sure. My mother's sleeping. And she sleeps light, so it's kind of like cartoonish. Like, you're like, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. One light, green light, 1, 2. And I'm trying to get the keys, and I grab the keys, and I have to, like, sneak out, push the car out, go get my cousin. We hang out, come back. I got to sneak back in to put the keys back. And years later, you know, my mom and I were talking, and that just came up. And I was like, yeah, I used to steal your car. And she was like, I always wondered what would happen, because the next morning, there would be like half a tank of gas. So she really wasn't thrown that I stole a car. She was just thought all those years she was crazy about the gas. So.
All right, hey, I got you a gift. I realized what it was. And it's the food that Jennifer and I cooked, and it's delicious.
Wow.
Look at that.
There we go.
That's your gift.
Is that beef?
Yeah. Do you eat beef?
Yeah, I eat beef.
All right, good.
I just started again.
House is on Tuesdays at 9 on Fox. American Idol cast-off Anthony Fedorov joins us after this. Thank you, Omar, for being here.